I haven't worked for someone else since I was 18, and it is the most life-changing thing that will ever happen to you when you become your own boss. If you don't know who I am, my name is Carter Positano, and I'm a 22-year-old entrepreneur who has grown and scaled multiple businesses to six figures in less than 3 years. My goal here on YouTube is to help other people who were in the same position that I was when I was 18. And not only the person that I was when I was 18, but be the person that I needed last year, last month, last week, and yesterday. And I really want to build a community where we can grow from each other and learn from our mistakes on YouTube. And today I want to talk about the fact that I have not worked for somebody else since I was 18. And I think people underestimate how much starting a business for yourself can impact your life. And everybody obviously is not cut out for it. And that's the truth that I want to get into immediately. I didn't leave because it was easy. I left because I couldn't see myself doing something else. I don't want to be controlled. I wanted freedom. I wanted the ability to make my own decisions with my life and decipher where my time goes into things. I saw a different path. And the sad truth is there's a reason why most people are employees and then we have employers, because not everyone is cut out to do this. Not everybody has the discipline to do it. Not everybody has the grind or the mindset to do it, right? But if this is truly something you want, working for yourself will be the biggest life changer that you've ever had. Now, this doesn't mean you need to start a multi-million-dollar empire. You just need to make income the same way that you were when you were working your job. And there is a million ways to do this, right? The thing is people think that not working for someone else is freedom, no stress, you make your own schedule. But the thing is the truth, before we get into this, is there is no stability when you work for yourself. There's constant pressure, and you think about work all the time. You don't ever clock out, ever. And I cannot stress that enough, because I work every single day of my life. Even when I'm actually not doing work, I'm still constantly thinking about things that have to do with work. So before we go into this, I want people to understand that some people are just meant to be employees. And if that's you, that's awesome. And that's fine. I show tough love on this channel. And the thing is if you can't do it, you can't do it. And I wouldn't suggest trying if you don't genuinely believe to your core that this is something you're capable of. Then I can promise you you're not. And you should just skip off this video. This channel is honestly not for you, because working for yourself is difficult. Starting your own business is difficult. And most people cannot do that and will not succeed in doing it. And if you have any doubt in your head that you can't do it, you shouldn't do it. In all honesty, you should not. When I started out, I was 18 and I was a severe addict. And the thing is, I've talked about my story a little bit on this channel, but the truth is I almost died from alcohol withdrawals as an 18-year-old. And that was my last wake-up call to be like, I want to change this. I want a different outcome. I'm doing things differently. So I removed all of my distractions. I made as much money as I could working my construction business, and I left. Okay. And I got my own apartment. My rent was, with all bills paid, almost $4,500 a month, which in retrospect was crazy. But I put myself in a do or die position. Either make money or don't. And within the first 3 months, grinding 16 hours a day, sometimes 17, sometimes 18, okay, I managed to start making my rent within the first 60 days of living on my own. Now, I can't act like I didn't get lucky, because everyone gets lucky. But the thing is you can remove the need for luck if you put enough work in. And that is the hard truth of it, is yes, people get lucky. Everybody is lucky that it becomes successful. You can't take that away. To get where I am today, sure. But when I did that at the start, there was not a lot of luck involved. Because I worked so hard and pushed so hard to get sales, there was no room for failure, because I didn't have another choice. I was not moving back to my hometown. I was not getting bankrupt and getting booted out of my apartment and evicted. I was going to make it work. So the thing is, how you actually make money with your first business depends on how bad you want this. If you have the ability as an 18-year-old or a 20-year-old or a 22-year-old to save up a little bit of money and move out and go on your own, if you want to start a business, do it. Build that independence, because the thing is, I don't care if you're living in your mom's basement. There's 100 stories about how people did it living in their mom's basement, and the bills are easier to reinvest, sure. But the thing is it takes the pressure off. And I genuinely believe that a lot of people crack under pressure, and it's not for everybody. But the thing is that pressure shows you if you're capable or not. You give yourself a year in a new apartment where you've never had a bill before, I can promise you're going to tell yourself if you're worth it or not. And if you're not, go get a job. Deal with it, right? You'll learn along the failures, along the way. It's going to help you regardless. But the thing is it is not easy. And if you want it, it's going to be hard. But I would put yourself in a position where, and this might be the worst advice you've ever heard, to be honest. For a lot of people, it doesn't work. But the people that actually want it, I can promise you, putting the pressure on yourself where it's a do or die situation, there's no other option, is going to show you how hard you can work and show you how bad you want it. And if you're in a position where you already have bills, you already have a family, you already have whatever is going on, and you have prior engagements, then the thing is there's still workarounds to this. And I don't want you to think that, oh, well, because I'm not 18 or 22 or 16, I can't start my own business because I have all these prior things. The thing is you can do it in your spare time. The thing is I wasn't making enough money after the summer, so I started working another construction job while running my vintage clothing business, my first ever business. And the thing is it worked, and I was making double the money because on weekends, instead of going out and drinking, I was saving money by not drinking. I was working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I wasn't hungover. And then when I came back from my 12-hour shift doing construction, I had 4 hours each night where I work on my business. And the thing is everybody acts like they can't do it. You don't have to change your life at all to have a successful business. And the thing is that consistency can show you if you're even willing or ready to do what we're talking about anyways, because the sad majority is most people aren't. So if you think you are, then show yourself, right? And the thing is, like I said, I wanted to put myself in the pressure. I don't think a lot of people can handle the situation that I put myself in because it was hard. Going from high school, no responsibilities, to running my own business with $4,500 of payments each month was a bitch. And I'm not going to act like it was easy. I lost friends, I lost relationships, I lost a lot of myself during that time, and I went pretty crazy by the end of it. But the thing is I showed myself that I was capable of doing anything. I was. In less than 60 days, I was making more doing from my vintage clothing business than I was ever from my construction job. If you want it bad enough, you can get it. So the thing is, don't even change your environment. If you can't grow and scale a business while working your full-time job, you can't run a business anyways. So the thing is if you're working a 9 to 5 and you go home each night, and the thing is most people work 9 to 5, 8-hour shifts. Most people have 16 hours in the day. They sleep for 8, they work for 8, they have 8 hours off. What are you doing with that 8 hours? You can easily start a business, right? But you need the urgency, you need the discipline, you need other things to do. Because the thing is you can just have a side hustle and scale it. And you can do that in the meantime up until it outperforms the current job you have. And the thing is even if it's outperforming your current job, if you have the time to do both, keep doing both until it's making enough money to where you don't need to work at all. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is if you have more time to invest into it and you can scale it, that's a perfect time to walk away. But until you're making the same amount of money, there's no point to walk away. You know? So the thing is people always want to make excuses. They don't have time. They can't do this. They can't do this. They can't do this. It's not that hard. It's actually super uncomplicated to start your own business and work for yourself. And there's a lot that goes into it. But the thing is most people don't have the discipline or the consistency to do what you need to do in order to do this and be successful. That's why most businesses fail. It's not because it's complicated or it's super complex. It's because most people don't have the discipline to do these things. And I didn't have a plan. I had urgency and I had a deep drive to do what I wanted to do. And if you feel that, then I think you're capable of doing this. I think anybody is capable of doing it. It's just most people never will. And you need to learn that making money, your first jobs are going to suck. You're not going to know what you're doing. You're not going to know. It's all going to be a hustle. You're going to be constantly reinvesting. You're going to be losing money. And you're going to be figuring out things as you go. But you don't need a plan. You just need to want it, right? And you will learn as you go. But the hard parts about starting your own business and going from that is the dry spells and no calls and no jobs and no sales, the uncertainty and the stress. There's weeks where nothing moves and you still have to keep going. And the thing is it's hard to do. It is so difficult to have the uncertainty of if you're going to get paid that month. And that is the risk you take doing this. And that is the risk I took to do this. Some people are not willing to take that risk. But everything changes when you tie in consistency, compounding, and focusing on what works. You need to constantly be seeing what is working, what is not working, what is wasting your time, and what is pushing you forward, right? I have so many videos on compounding and consistency and habits, and it's not one big break that happens. It's just stacking small wins over and over and over until you build something consistent. Because consistency doesn't come from one day here and one day here. Consistency in a business, consistency in scales comes from consistency on your part, right? It doesn't just appear. You need to work for it. And I'm not saying quit your job if you have one. Build something until you don't need it. Because the truth is you're never going to be sure starting your own business. And you might not be able to deal with the pressure ever. And that's fine. But you are trading security for opportunity in doing this. And I think that if you truly believe that you can do this, you can do this. It's the people that have any doubts in their mind that should just step off the plate, because you're not going to hit a home run if you don't think that you can. The trade-off for what happens if you do win, if you do succeed, there's no ceiling. You're not getting paid for your hours. You're getting paid for what you do, right? There's absolutely zero ceiling, but there's also no safety net coming to catch you if you want to fall down. And the thing is you can do this. But the truth is, at the end of the day, that I've said already 100 times in this video, is it's not for everybody. And you are going to break yourself doing most of this work. And it's going to be hard. But the freedom you get and the opportunity you present yourself by doing this will change your life forever. I haven't worked for someone since I was 18. And I've worked harder than I ever would have working for someone else in the last 4 years, but I wouldn't have traded it for anything. And if you want this, you can go and have it, but it's going to be difficult. Once again, guys, my name is Carter Positano, and I'm here to help people. And if you took away anything from this video, I would love a like, a comment, and if you could subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.